Hey Omnibus Collectors, it's Riley from Population Goes Comic Department, and I'm here with another Omnibus of the Week. You may have noticed that I'm not sitting in a chair today, I'm a little closer to the ground, and that would be because I'm moving right now to a new apartment, and I've already packed away all my furniture, well, not all my furniture, but my chairs. Obviously, I haven't packed up all my comics, but that's because I was saving that so I could do one last video in my old apartment. So, say goodbye to this old place. I know I haven't taken many videos behind, or in front of this shelf in particular. Usually it's over with my Marvel shelf. But say goodbye to those shelves because we're moving into a newer, nicer, bigger place, and I should be getting some new shelves. Anyway, my last video, I intended to do a video every week to cover some horror or monster related comics. In my last one I did Marvel Zombies, and I'm doing this in honor of October, Halloween, and also in honor of my best friend Kevin Fung, who about a month ago now passed in a tragic car accident. And I had a lot of really positive response to that video, people telling me that I was you know wishing me well and helping me keep it together, because it's really hard to lose someone, and it's extremely hard to lose your best friend and someone who's as close to you, like who I grew up with. So it's been really, really difficult, and that's mainly why it's been a couple weeks since I've made my last video. I just haven't been motivated. But you guys, you viewers, you readers have been sending me all kinds of messages of support. The comments on that video were fantastic, and I just want to thank you guys because it's really awesome of y'all to be so supportive. Anyway, I also mentioned, I'm doing them for him because he was a big fan of monster stuff and he was a big fan of zombies and whatnot, and he recommended me a lot of these things. I was the one that told me to read Marvel Zombies, and he's the one that told me to read this week's Omnibus of the Week, which I'm technically doing two books, and those are The Walking Dead Compendiums, Volumes 1 and 2. Uh, anyway, yeah, I'm doing two books, so that's new, and I'm also doing paperbacks that are standard size, so this is all new, but they are rather large books, so um, it's not the first time that I've done one that's not actually called an omnibus, because I did do the Sin City, Big Damn Sin City, which does not have omnibus anywhere in the title. So I'm doing a couple things new, but not the first time I've done a non-omnibus volume. Anyway, The Walking Dead. So Kevin was the first person that ever told me to read The Walking Dead, and I was familiar with the franchise because I had seen these books and the smaller paperbacks all over bookstores for years. And shortly after the release of the first compendium, he was like, "Yo, man, you've got to read this series. It's fantastic. If you dig zombies, and I do, then you will love it." And I was kind of like, "Zombies are kind of oversaturated, aren't they? Like a bunch of zombie movies kind of really suck." And he was like, "No, dude, you need to read it." So I picked up the compendium, kind of on a whim, because I was like, I'm gonna on a vacation. I need something to read, and I could get it for pretty cheap. So I picked up the first one, and I absolutely loved it. And everyone knows The Walking Dead. It's pretty like much a household title by now because of the AMC TV show. Um, and if you dig the AMC TV show, you really need to read the comics because the books are always better. But this one, I have to say, like, and I've watched, I think, about halfway through the third or fourth, whatever the previous season of Walking Dead was. I watched about halfway through that one after the whole prison riot thing, and everything I've seen up to that point, it's really great, but the books are so much better, and it just feels like they, get to the points a lot faster, and it's not a bunch of dilly dallying, and it's to the point, and it's got that heart, and it's got that emotion, and it just has that guttural punch to it every time something big happens. Anyway, so there are plenty of different editions of this series. There are the standard 6-issue paperbacks. There are some 12-issue oversized hardcovers, and then I think there are ones titled Omnibus that are 24 issues long. But I opted for the cheapest, most cost-efficient way of collecting them, which is the Compendium volumes. Each of these volumes collects 48 issues of the series. So within the two, we go through issue 96, which is through, what, 16 paperback volumes. Right now the series is at 133, which means sometime, I guess, next year, maybe towards the end of next year, we'll be seeing a third compendium released. Anyway, they are standard size, they are paperback, so you are getting the same size pages as you would in the normal paperback or the normal issues, but they're really thick, and so that, while they are cost effective, it does present an issue in that the spine will get easily damaged. So there are a lot of creases on here, but you know me, I take care of my books. This wasn't me. It's just that when I picked this up from a bookstore, this was the last copy they had, and whoever was reading it in the bookstore was really bad about creasing the spine. So unfortunately, I got stuck with that one, and I've had it since. And multiple people have read it, so it has gone through a good amount of spinal damage from people reading it. But they are good, solid volumes. There are multiple of these compendium types of volumes that Image puts out. They have ones for Kirkman's other series, Invincible. They have one for Spawn. I believe they have some for like Witchblade and stuff like that. And they're always really nice, really sturdy volumes. They are glued, obviously, because they're paperback, but it stays together. It stays together really well. I haven't had one of them that has had any loose pages or anything. So both of the volumes are pretty much the same. This one's a little bit thinner. I think they just used slightly thinner pages, but they're pretty much the same. You get a similar cover design with the main characters on top and then the zombified versions of those characters on the bottom. The title says, New York Times bestseller on above the title, and on the back you get the same description of the series. Pretty much the same, except like the color, red and blue. Now everyone knows what The Walking Dead's about, zombies, yada yada. And they're people going around facing off against zombies, facing off against other people, and blah 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 blah. Everyone knows what Walking Dead is about. Robert Kirkman writes it. Charlie Adler does the art. Tony Moore was originally on the art from the first 6 issues, and he did a bunch of the covers as well, but he left. And Charlie Adler's been with it ever since. So, that said, there's not really much for me to say about The Walking Dead that everyone, doesn't already know. But if you are a fan of the series, and on TV or so, and you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend picking these up, because the first volume alone goes through the first, 3.5 seasons of the show, so you can get to pretty much the point, almost caught up completely, because I believe the second half of the 4th season did a lot of different stuff. But where they are now, the episode that just aired, my wife is watching it, so I kind of know where they are. They're a little bit into the second one. So you can easily find this first one. It's already pretty cheap with a cover price of $60, but you can easily find it for 40 or less online. And I know that there's stores who also sell it for below cover price, like Target and stuff. This book is very, it's everywhere. You can find it, like I said, at Target, of all places. You don't have to go to comic shops and stuff. If you don't want to go to a comic shop, you can find it anywhere. But I usually say order it online, Amazon, in-stock trades. You get a really good deal, and you can read the first 48 issues. And then if you dig that, and you should, then you can pick up the second one, and it collects through at 96, like I mentioned. And then if you dig those, then you keep going and pick up, volume 17 through, I think they have 22 out right now. And it's really great stuff. It's the type of thing that just grabs you in, and you just keep wanting to read it, and you really can't put it down. And I'm 9 out of 10 people that I've talked to have the same feeling about the Walking Dead comic. Once you start reading it, you just don't want to stop reading it. It's just kind of really engrossing. So yeah, there's really not much more for me to say about The Walking Dead that hasn't been said a million times, but it's Halloween, and it's the most popular horror series that's out right now, and I have to mention it, and for the sake of my best friend who recommended it to me, I have to put it out there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what volumes of The Walking Dead that you have. Let me know if you have the hardcovers, If you have the 12 issue or the 24 issue editions, let me know how they are, because I really want to know. Tell me how the binding is. Tell me how the pages look. Tell me what the artwork looks like on those oversized pages. Should I try to get some money together to trade up and get the hardcover editions? You let me know. Um, so I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope that this pushes some people who haven't read the comic yet to go out and get it, because of my enthusiasm about how good it is, or because of the great deal you see that you can get on it. And check out my other videos, my other Omnibus of the Week videos. Check out my haul videos where I reveal all the new books that I'm buying. Make sure to check out my site at www.theomnibuscollector.tumblr.com, where I answer plenty of questions from viewers and readers, and I talk about books that are upcoming that that I want to grab, or books that I want to see come out. So thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff. And I will see you guys next time. And next time will be in my brand new apartment with a bigger room, more space, better shelves, more books to show off. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for you guys to join me and see everything. So I'll see you guys on the other side.